We are learning new details about the Gage Park shooting that left a Chicago police officer dead. A witness who called 911 says the violent encounter unfolded in front of a group of children playing at a nearby school. The woman, who wants to remain anonymous, says she is thankful and glad that police were there to keep her 10-year-old sister and other children safe.
Tia Ewing has been following this story. She joins us live now. And Tia, what have you learned about the officer who was killed?
Well, Natalie and Corey, I want to actually start out with another witness similar to the story that you just told about children being on the playground when all of this unfolded. We spoke to a woman by the name of Maria. She lives right across from the elementary school where she says she saw Andres Vasquez-Lasso, the officer involved in all of this, right after he was shot. And she says one of those bullets actually traveled right through her home.
And I see over there. And over there was the police was shot. Kids was on in the playground. Yeah.
Well, this is that bullet hole that went right through her window. Maria says CPD actually came and retrieved it for evidence. Now, we captured video of fellow officers adding ribbons outside of the 8th District Police Station where the officer worked. Horses from the mounted unit were brought out as therapy support for officers as well. 32-year-old Chicago police officer Andres Vasquez-Lasso was with the department 5 years and is married with a young daughter. And let's walk through what we know. Wednesday evening, police responded to a domestic violence call at 52nd and Spalding, where there were reports of a woman being chased by a man with a gun. 2 squad cars with 2 officers in each car responded to that scene right after 4:45. Officer Vasquez-Lasso was in the second car. That's when they pursued the suspect, and that's when the officer was shot at point-blank range and was able to return fire, hitting the 18-year-old suspect. Now, we were out there where all of this unfolded earlier this afternoon. Flowers were left there in remembrance, and we spoke to a man that came to pay his respects.
It's just terrible the way just unfolded, you know, the way some of these, not kids, but these teenagers just kind of just think there's no consequences to what they do. It's wrong.
And you heard him talking about the suspect in all of this. We do know that he is 18 years old at last check, was in critical condition from the gunshot wounds he sustained as of last night. But his name has not been released yet, so we are not releasing it because he hasn't been charged yet. But he does have a history where he has been involved with the police before. In November, a misdemeanor charge was actually dropped against him from fleeing police that were trying to investigate a shooting. And in fact, the Cook County State's Attorney, Kim Fox, she released a statement through a spokesperson saying the defendant was offered community service as an alternative to traditional prosecution. And as we learn more about that suspect in terms of his condition and in terms of any charges coming down, we'll make sure to inform our viewers right here on air and, of course, online as well.